Xin Chow, what's up everybody? Alright, we're in District 3. We're going to start walking home now. And we're going to do a news update. It's good news. No news on the visa situation, but it's good news. But before I get into that, to really help my little channel grow, we need everyone to subscribe. YouTube has been unsubscribing people from the channel. So check to make sure you're still subscribed. Make sure the bell is set to all. If you want to see me live stream, that will be done on my secondary channel, which is Fat and Broke IRL. The link is in the description. You're going to want to hit the bell to all on that one for sure, if you want it to tell you when I go live and live stream. Also, if you like the video, if you want to smash the like button, you can do that. If you don't, you can destroy the dislike button. If you want to comment, that helps with the algorithm. It's totally up to you. You don't have to do any of these things if you don't want to. So let's get into the news video. All right, the first thing I want to talk about is they want to now call this an endemic. They are calling it an endemic now and no longer a pandemic. They see that they're in the final lines of it, even though cases are up. Yes, 200,000 cases a day. But they're mainly in the north, and the north was very well known for trying to keep COVID out forever. The zero COVID policy. You know, once Saigon abandoned that zero COVID policy, it swept through. Not many people are getting sick. It's only 3,000 a day in Saigon. And we're the biggest city. So you can see what a well-vaccinated city, it doesn't have too many problems with it. The death rate's not skyrocketing like with the original strains, and the serious hospital visits are not skyrocketing either. So this is not, it's a deal, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not humongous like it was, you know, with the first variants that were a little bit more lethal. So they now are calling it an endemic. We're in the endemic stages. This is good news. This is coming before the March 15th opening, which I don't think a lot of people will be coming to that because Vietnam has still not issued the rules. And it's March 7th as of right now. And they still have yet to issue any of the rules. There's just proposed outlines. But I will tell you, the ministry did decline on the 3-day and said it will only be the 24-hour and a negative test, plus having your vaccine and or proof of recovery. So that is very good news. That's pretty much the exact same thing that Cambodia does, except for the 1 day in the hotel thing. They test you right at the airport, which is, again, I don't know, whatever. If you've already taken the PCR, I'm not understanding. You're not going to catch corona in that time frame and be positive. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, but a lot of these things that a lot of these countries do don't necessarily make sense. It's not a making sense type of thing. There's no science really applied to it. So what you would want to see, in my opinion, for Vietnam to recover quickly and have a stronghold, drop all restrictions. Just have proof of vaccination or proof of recovery. That's it. Open it up. You've already got Omicron just ripping through Vietnam right now. I mean, 200,000 cases a day is a lot. So it's already here. Tourists aren't going to bring more of it, you know? So it's not conducive to Vietnam to have any kind of real rule set. The PCR, as I've talked about, is a complete fucking joke. Mind my French. It is. It's a complete money grab of a shit show for these places that do the test. You know, they egregiously overcharge in most countries. It takes days to get it back. You know, the whole accuracy thing then starts to become not so great. I should have filmed at the test site in Cambodia. Maybe I did. I think maybe I did. I don't know if I kept the footage though. I did film, but I was pretty pissed off. Like when I was around all the people and it took 3 hours, I was extremely pissed off. So that's why I didn't post it. It just looks like me bitching. But, oh, we're back at the laptop store. Interesting. I've seen that lady before. She works at a construction site around here. Oh, there's Texaco. I reckon we just walk that way, right, boys? Boys and girls? So yeah, you can't have the restrictions if you want a successful opening. You know what I'm saying? I think the way to go about this is to lift restrictions. Open it up. If you're vaccinated, come on through. That's how I look at it. Or if you have the proof of recovery, because as we all know, recovering from COVID is even stronger than having the vaccine. So if you've got the proof that you've recovered, what's the problem? The other good thing that Vietnam is going to start doing is they're going to stop posting the daily COVID count, which is a very good idea. Because all it does is just make people nervous, and you know, it's not, people aren't highly educated about it as everyone else is, you know. So like, some people don't understand. Some people just say, oh wow, 200,000 cases. They don't understand that Omicron is just a common flu for most people. So they start to panic and they start to worry. So Vietnam is smartly proposing that they stop posting the COVID count, which I would be happy to see. I would love it if the news just completely dropped it out altogether. We don't need to talk about it anymore. We've gone through 2 years of enough BS. Let's just get shit moving. Let's go into the right direction. Now they still have not said anything about the March 15th opening. You know, we have the proposed outline, which is 1 day at a hotel, a rapid test, and then you're free to go around Vietnam. They're going to say that they're doing on the visas pre-COVID visas for all countries, which, and it's probably a 99% that that's actually what's going to come out. Usually in the past, when it's proposed like this and proposed many times, that is usually what comes to fruition. So my guess is that it's going to happen. I would be very, very surprised if that is not what the actual, you know, red stamped letter is when it comes out. And I reckon when they see that tourists aren't bringing any extra COVID, they'll drop the 24-hour thing. You got to really drop the testing. It was even a drag in Cambodia. Like, I'm taking a test and waiting 20 minutes at the airport, and the rapid test has almost no accuracy to Omicron. It doesn't detect it in any kind of early phase. It only detects it midway through when you have it, and it gives, you have to really know what you're doing with the rapid test to get the right reading. It gives an extremely faint second line usually when you are positive on the rapid test. And it takes like 20, 30, 40 minutes on the test for it to show the faint line sometimes. So I mean, the rapid test is kind of a waste of time for the Omicron variant. So they just need to ditch the testing, you know? And the insurance thing, I don't quite understand, seeing as no one coming in that's Vietnamese has to have insurance, and no one with the TRC has to have insurance, and no one with the expert visa has to have insurance to get in right now. I don't know why they're making a new rule set for international tourists, but it's not the greatest idea. You know, this insurance isn't expensive. I've had a couple people in the comments, $100 per person, $125. One guy got it for $50. So I mean, all right, I gotta swap batteries. I'll be right back. Insurance. I told that to myself 5 times, so I remember where we were at. But yeah, you know, the rules being imposed only on international tourists, kind of a weird one. I don't think it's gonna work that well. I would reckon they would be wisest to just drop all requirements except COVID, vaccine, and or proof of recovery, in my opinion. Now all the rest of it's really good, and even with the 1 day in the rats test, you're going to be fine. Like I said, most of the rats tests come back negative for Omicron, so you really have to actually get a PCR to see if you actually have Omicron. They've been talking about that in the news here too. They say the same thing. All the news organizations posted the same shit. Omicron pretty much evades detection on the rapid test, unless you really know how to do the rapid test properly, and you buy like 5 of them and really give it a proper try. Hello. Cute girl saying hello, and the guy. I still got it, Mom. But it's a good sign that they're wanting to stop talking about numbers reported every day. It's also a good sign that they want to call it an endemic instead of a pandemic, and they're understanding that we're in the this is kind of the final phase. You've got other countries that aren't even talking about this anymore, and they're through it. I think America's doing pretty well right now, a lot of other countries. So sure, there's a bunch of cases, and sure, people are dying, and most of those in America are people that are unvaccinated and have underlying diseases or are just really old. No, we can't keep hiding in their houses and having a bunch of crazy rules forever. What has it really solved? Not too much. I think in time we'll see countries that had a zero COVID policy for a very long time still got eventually hit by it, and it was all in a futile effort to try to ever even have zero COVID. Probably the model that was probably pretty good is kind of staying open like America did, which wasn't the situation at first when we didn't have the data. But now that it's Omicron, sure. Or maybe, you know, it was a smart idea to lock shit up when it was these first variants because they were way more deadly and put way more people in the hospital. But that's not the situation we're working with anymore. No, I'm not a virus expert or any kind of expert on this shit. Look it all up on your own. YouTubers are not experts in whatever they're talking about. You have to double check the homework, you know. I'm not claiming to be an expert either. I'm not an expert in really much, and I'll be the first to tell you that. I know a lot about a little, you know, but yeah, I'm not claiming to be knowledgeable. I'm not claiming to be a virus or vaccine or stats expert, so don't come at me at the comments. I'm just giving you the information as I have it. Man, traffic is pumping. So I think overall, pretty good news. Let me check in case there's any breaking news. Let me check a couple websites real quick. A few moments later. I mean, gas prices are super high. Lots of people are leaving Hong Kong. Expats. They should have already left. Once Uncle CCP took it over, my ass would have been out of there. But you know, different people, different strokes. Yeah, a lot of the news has just got a lot of the Russian war stuff, a lot of the Vietnamese news. So that's pretty much all you really see in it right now. I think that's the news update, guys. Overall, good news. Hopefully within the next day or so, they will be releasing this documentation on the March 15th opening. It really sucks that they haven't already dropped it. Should have been dropped a long time ago. I don't know what the huge delay is, but it is what it is. Not much we can do about it now. That was the video. Thanks for watching. Stay frosty. See you on the next one. Peace out.